Good morning, my fellow Malaysians. This is Dr. K.N. Singh from Johor Bahru again with my take on what's happening in our country. It's been a trying week for all of us, and the good news is that we welcomed our new Agong, and the bad news is that Najib's sentence has been reduced by half and his fine reduced to 1/5 of the 210 million. I knew he would never be given a pardon, but the law under section 17A bracket 2 provides that Najib could be fined 5 times the money he took, which was 42 million, and the judges fined him 210 million, which was as stated in the act. Najib could have been jailed for not exceeding 20 years under the same act, but the judges gave him 12 years. This judgment was passed by 9 judges, and in spite of that, Najib's daughter claims he is innocent. Isn't this ridiculous? It is pathetic that the Pardons Board reduced the judgment of the learned judges, sending a signal that they know more than the judges. I suspect they pushed this through before the last Agong left, telling him he had no choice but to agree as he was the constitutional head. As the repercussions of this judgment would be faced by the incoming Agong, it would have been fair to let him decide. I guess they knew the present Agong would never agree, so this was done on the sly. Now what will the new Agong do? I think he will suspend and sack the Pardons Board, and knowing him, he will find a legal way out of this. I understand that when such a judgment is passed, there is a 1-month period after which it has to be ratified, and trust me, our new Agong will find a way. Now, how did this happen? I think the corrupt people in UMNO and those kleptocrats who have not yet been convicted feel that if they can get Najib's sentence reduced, then their crimes may not appear so bad. The PM was voted in with the promise that he would get rid of corruption, and again, I think it was the people's fault that Dato' Anwar was not given the full majority mandate, so he had no choice but to have UMNO in his cabinet. Dato' Anwar was so desperate to be the Prime Minister that he agreed to have these strange bedfellows. Now, if I was Dato' Anwar, fortunately I am not, I would be so upset that Najib was freed that I would call for an on-the-spot general election and get a new mandate from the people. I know this is drastic, but the people are so mad now that with the current state of affairs, they will give Dato' Anwar's Pakatan Harapan a 70% majority, and UMNO will be thrown out completely, except for a few. PAS 2 will have a very hard time as they are also corrupt. Now, this would be a very bold move indeed, and you have to trust the people to support you. And at this time, the people will definitely support you as they are fed up too. Sad that the people have been lied to so much that they don't trust their politicians, especially when the politicians only come to woo the riot during elections. The Agong, I'm sure, is upset, as he had said that he is not with the 122 members of the parliament, but with the 30 million Malaysians. Trust me, he will do something. Johorians know him well. He is a fair man and will leave no stone unturned to make sure that the Malaysian riot is not lumped with paying the debt that these thieving kleptocrats like Najib have incurred by stealing from public coffers and letting us pay the interest on the money they stole. Let's see how the coming weeks play out, and now that we have a new Agong on our side, these crooked politicians better watch out. Thank you for listening, my friends, and Daulat Tuanku.